Hey guys and gals, what's going on? It is Breaded Chicken here bringing you a little video about college. Now, I was doing my math homework right now, and then I realized that I wanted to talk about something that involved both homework and math, and a little bit about my math teacher. Now, I'm going to be talking about a story, right? I'm just going to tell you a story about last week, and by the end of that story, you'll sort of have an idea of what I'm going to be talking about. So I'm just going to go right ahead and tell you the story, and then I'll talk about what I want to talk about a little bit later in the video. So last week, I had a math test on Tuesday, and also with that test, we were supposed to turn in 2 homework assignments. So that is twice the amount of homework you turn in as usual, and you had to worry about a math test. So because it was a math test, I kind of got to the class early, because I wanted to get there, sit down, be prepared to do whatever, and just go all out and sort of try and do well on the test. So I get there early, and apparently the math test had already started. She started about 10 minutes early because she wanted to give people some extra time. So I sort of scramble into class, find a seat, sit down, sort of get everything out, my calculator, my pencil, my eraser, and start the test. Now, because it is a math test, you sort of focus on that. And you don't focus on the have to turn in homework portion of that day. So I go through the test, I take the most amount of time possible. I sort of waste the entire class focusing on the test because that's what everyone does, because you want to do as well as possible. And so I spend the entire class period on the test, and I give it to her once I'm done because it's finally a relief. I'm done with the test, I don't have to worry about it, and I leave. I come back the next day and realize that I didn't turn in my 2 homework assignments. So I come up to her at the beginning of class early, actually before class even started, came up to her and said, you know, I forgot to turn in my 2 assignments yesterday. She says, yes, you and 3 other people. And I'm like, what does that mean? She says, you get 0s for both those assignments. So I sort of just get all depressed about it and sit through the class period and then start walking away to my car. And someone else from the class comes up to me and starts talking. We were like we know each other a little bit because we worked on some partner math things. And he comes up to me and starts saying, isn't it ridiculous how the teacher will not accept late assignments? And I was like, yeah, it is. It's kind of, well, I mean, I can understand her point of view. If an assignment is like a couple days late or something, then it shouldn't really count because, you know, it shouldn't count. But here's my problem, is that we had 2 assignments due on the day of a test. Do you think anyone's going to be focused on turning in homework when there's a test going on? And especially since there's 2 assignments that you have to turn in. I mean, that's twice as many points as any other day. And it's on a test day, so it didn't make any sense to me. I thought she should be at least a little lenient for that day. And then he said, yeah, he sort of started complaining because apparently he had I don't know, he turned in an assignment late and she said no, and then he started to dislike her and stuff like that because my teacher's a female. And so he was talking about his anger, and then he said something, you know, it should be about the work and not about the, like, timing of when you turn something in. And that got me thinking, because I had spent 3 to 5 hours on each of those homework assignments, because our math homework is really long and really hard, and not, you know, referring to a penis or anything, but it just started to piss me off. I was like, wait, I just spent 6 hours on that, like those 2 pieces of homework, and she just gave me 0 credit for doing 6 hours worth of homework. That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. She should at least, I can understand if she's mad about me turning in my stuff late, but giving me half credit will be fine. But giving me 0 credit for 6 hours of busy work is BS. That is ridiculous. I mean, at that point, it doesn't become homework. It becomes busy work. I was just busy for 6 hours. I just did math for 6 hours, and it was worth nothing. And if my homework doesn't have a value, then why do it? And it was just crazy because those 2 days, So the Monday and Tuesday, right? And so Monday, Tuesday, Friday. Friday, Monday, Tuesday is what I'm trying to say. I was working on my homework. Well, actually not Tuesday because that was a test day. So Friday and Monday, I was working 3 hours each day on homework. And essentially, it could have just been me not doing homework either of those days and coming in on Tuesday and forgetting to turn them in. Or not turning them in at all because I hadn't done them. So it just frustrated the hell out of me that I would spend 6 hours of my time doing this work that this woman assigned me and then give it to her a day late for a valid excuse. I was focusing on the test. I wasn't really focusing on homework to give it in, and she gives me 0 credit. I mean, I don't know what you guys think. I mean, you guys might think, you know, timing is more important than doing the work. But for me, 6 hours is definitely more important than a day late. I mean, I can understand giving 50% of the points rather than 100% of the points because it didn't really meet your deadline for a due date. But it's 6 hours of work. You're telling a kid, I don't care about the work you put into this homework. I just care about when you turn it in. And it's driving me nuts because I could have turned in a piece of paper with the homework problems on it, just the numbers of the problems, done 2 problems, whatever problems she was going to grade. I could have done 2 problems, did them right, and I would have got 10 points out of 20 for that homework assignment. And even if I go and spend 3 hours doing all the problems and turning it in a day late, it is worth nothing. Nothing. I cannot... I don't know what to say about that. I mean, that's ridiculous. It makes me a little bit mad at the teacher. And to be honest, I'm probably going to bring it up to her tomorrow when our class starts up again. Because that is really grinding my gears right now. I just spent 6 hours of my time doing homework, and it was for nothing. I could have spent 6 hours doing anything else. And when I took economics last year, my teacher basically said, if you're gonna measure how much time you spend on school, measure it with, so like if you go to a class and the class isn't that great, then you should basically say, how many hours am I spending in this class? And if it's, I don't know, let's just talk about my homework. So I spent 6 hours on my homework. Well then do 6 times minimum wage, and that's what you could have made doing a job. So I could have made around 50 bucks instead of getting 0 credit on that homework. So I don't know, it just got my mind going places. I was getting really frustrated with the teacher, and I'm probably going to talk to her about it and say, you know, it's a little bit unfair for me to do 6 hours worth of homework and get 0 credit for her, or 0 credit for it. And I doubt she's going to really care that much, but it is a conversation I'm going to have. And I don't know, I thought you guys would be interested because a lot of you guys and gals haven't been to college yet, or in college right now, and maybe have similar issues going on. And maybe we'll have a conversation about it. I don't know. But for me, it is BS. It is bullshit for me to do 6 hours worth of math homework and get nothing from it. So, I mean, leave your opinions down below. I'm Breaded Chicken. I'm kind of pissed off about that, but I wanted to let you guys know. Wanted to make a video about it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all later.